Hey everybody, I'm Kayla. In this video, I'm going to talk about science. But in reality, I'm going to talk about the metals that can be used and cannot be used in body piercings, and I'm going to explain why. When it comes to metals like silver, titanium, and steel, it is very hard to distinguish which material you're looking at. Also, you need to be aware of what we call mystery metal. It can be a nickel plated with a silver shiny coating to imitate titanium or steel. When it comes to gold, copper, and bronze, it might be a little bit easier to tell the difference, but some of these materials aren't good for the body, and I'll explain why. Hopefully this information is useful when you're choosing your next piece of jewelry. Starting off this video, I want to talk about titanium. Titanium is a pure alloy, and it can be found on the periodic table with the symbol capital T lowercase I. Titanium is the most widely used material in body piercing. It is resistant to corrosion. Its strength to density ratio is the highest in all metallic elements, and it's paramagnetic, which means that it's not magnetic at all. It has a low thermal and electrical conductivity, and it is only pliable at really high temperatures, which makes it a really perfect material for body piercing. You can't get electrocuted through it, and if you're wearing it in cold weather or hot weather, the material isn't going to heat up or cool down when you're wearing it in the body. Also, titanium can be anodized, which is a process that changes its color but only uses the material it's made of from itself. Maybe I'll explain in another video. Titanium is the world's 9th most abundant material, but it's very costly to extract. The process which it goes through is very time consuming, and body jewelry made of titanium can get expensive as well. Next is platinum. Platinum is also a pure alloy and can be found on the periodic table with the symbol capital P, lowercase t. By itself, platinum is very soft and pliable, so it's not very suitable for body piercing. Platinum is one of the rarest elements, and that means that it's very expensive. It is non-reactive to thermal and electrical conductivity, and it's also very resistant to corrosion. In jewelry, it's mixed with cobalt, which is another pure alloy. You can find it on the periodic table as capital C, lowercase o. Cobalt is very lightweight and it's very strong, so when mixing it with platinum, it increases its strength. Because of its strength, cobalt is scratch resistant, and on its own it is safe to wear. Overall, platinum is a good choice for jewelry, but it is very expensive. Next is silver. If you didn't know, silver is also a pure alloy. You can find it on the periodic table with the symbol capital A lowercase g. Just like platinum, silver is by itself very soft and pliable. It has the highest thermal and electrical conductivity of any metals, and it tarnishes just within oxygen. Silver is pretty widely found in body jewelry. You can find a stamp that says 925 on most silver, and this 925 stands for a 92.5 purity of silver. Copper is added to silver to make it stronger. Copper is also another pure alloy and can be found on the periodic table with the symbol capital C lowercase u. Copper is pretty common. In the United States, pennies are made from copper, and I believe a euro coin is made from copper as well. Copper doesn't rust, but it does create a green coating over time. This green coating is due to exposure to oxygen, which a great example of this is the Statue of Liberty. It's made of copper, and now it's green. Copper also corrodes pretty easily in sodium, which is natural to the human body. It could be nice to wear as costume jewelry, but it's not a good idea for long-term use in body piercings. Although silver is widely found in body jewelry, In my opinion, it's not a good option because of the constant care that it needs. Next we have gold. Gold is another pure alloy with the symbol A, capital A, lowercase u. There's a variety of different types of gold. There's white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. Most people refer to their gold in carat. The higher the carat, the more pure the gold. 24 karat gold is significantly more pure than 10 karat gold would be. Because gold is soft and pliable on its own, just like silver and platinum, other metals are added, giving it more strength. Yellow gold is the most pure gold, but it is soft and easily damaged. White gold is less pure, but it's stronger and more scratch resistant. Rose gold is the least pure gold. It gets its rosy color from copper. Fun fact, it is illegal to sell anything below 10 karat gold and claim that it's gold because there's so much materials added to it that it's basically not gold anymore. Just like silver, gold is perfect for a special occasion, but it probably shouldn't be used constantly on a daily basis. Next is bronze. Bronze is not a pure alloy. It is a mixture of 90% copper with 10% tin. Tin can be found on the periodic table as capital S lowercase n. When doing research for this video, bronze didn't actually come to mind. I stumbled upon it and I was surprised. What I did find about bronze is that in long-term use, arsenic can be absorbed into the body. Also, because of the high amount of copper, it can discolor pretty easily. Bronze is definitely not suitable for wear on its own, but it might be okay if it is an addition to a piece of jewelry. Next is surgical steel. Surgical steel is not a pure alloy like pretty much everything else in this list. It is a mixture of chromium, nickel, and molybdenum. Most of the time you can find a 316 implant grade steel. Over time, steel has been upgraded and improved, so you can also find steel labeled as 316L, 316LVM, and probably the more common in body piercing today is ASTM, which stands for American Society for Testing and Materials, F138. I'll type that up here somewhere. This is the most common grade of steel in today's body jewelry. These types of steel are very corrosion resistant, they have low conductivity, and they're paramagnetic. Surgical steel can also be anodized to change color, just like titanium. Steel is definitely a good substitute for titanium because it is more economical, meaning it's more affordable, and not as time-consuming to process. The only drawback to steel is that one of the alloys, nickel, can cause allergic reactions to the body. The last one is niobium. I personally have the least experience with niobium. I've never seen it personally or held it in my hand. Niobium is very popular in the body piercing world. It has been around since body piercing infancy in the United States and into today. The main use of niobium in the world today is to strengthen industrial steel that's used for bridges and cars. It is usually darker in color, so it's easier to distinguish from steel, titanium, and silver. It is very corrosion resistant. It has a high density and a low weight, meaning that it's strong, scratch resistant, and lightweight. Niobium can also be anodized, just like surgical steel and titanium. It can be found in a variety of colors after anodizing. Niobium is also a great substitute for titanium. Niobium is softer than titanium, and it is a little bit heavier. The only drawback to niobium is that it needs to be as pure as possible because any imperfections can cause an allergic reaction. And that's all I have for metals in body jewelry. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment if you have any questions or have more tips about any of the metals that I talked about. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!